Hello, everybody. Good morning from my side, and good evening from America, and good morning from Europe and UK. Yeah. So, welcome to Real Talk with Bianca. So, this is a special edition today. I have one of my coaches that I've collaborated with him before. So, we said we must do this again. I enjoyed our last collaboration. So I thought I should bring him on again to share some wisdom with us. So I'm going to bring him on to the spotlight. Okay. Yeah, let's add spotlight. Yes. Let me say good morning from my side and good evening from your side. Coach Dre, thank you. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, Bianca. First, I gotta thank you for the initiative, also for getting me here, for having me here today, because we've been struggling to get me back you know, uh, on another session. But
Mm-hmm.
even time is very tight, but we made it, and I really appreciate that. So, good evening, everyone. This is your coach Dre.
Wow. I would like to say, first of all, thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming. I don't know, just check out your sound quality. It's not really that great. There's a bit of feedback. So while you
Oh,
sort yourself out, I'll just introduce myself. And yeah, so my name is Bianca Ayila. I'm a mom of three boys. I'm a health and a lifestyle coach. I'm a gospel music singer. I'm a Christian by religion. I'm a talk show host, aspired motivational speaker. Yeah. So, and I inspire healthy living around the world, and I promote extra streams of income. That's what I do. My hobbies, of course, are music and having fun. All right. So I'm going to ask my coach now to introduce himself. Coach Trey, please, it's your turn now. They want to know, those that haven't met you before, can you tell them a bit about yourself? Who's Coach
uh,
Trey?
okay. I'm gonna make it short because there's too much to say.
No, don't make
My
it
name is
short. Make it full.
Yeah, I know. My name is Kenzie Andre. That's my real name, and
Hmm.
everybody call me Dre. Dre is shorter, and people tend to remember Dre. So Coach Dre, uh, that's my coaching. Let's say my coaching nickname. You know.
Okay.
I am actually a recruiter because I used to work. I'm a recruiter. Um, My last experience was with the U.S. Open because I had like over 2,000 people to recruit. Um,
Hmm.
I'm uh, I'm a father of four
Hmm.
girls,
Wow.
and well, I'm actually one of the professional working with people with disabilities. I'm let's say a rehabilitation specialist, and things I didn't really mention in my last session. So today, uh, I joined force with Bianca for us to talk about uh, this ability that we have, and I'm sure that
Hmm.
people tend to forget the power they possess and
Hmm.
all the tools they possess around them just to make things happen. Creativity. Um, but that's culture.
Okay, thank you so much for introducing yourself. I don't know if it will be possible for you to try and maybe try it without the mic because I'm really struggling. I can hear you, but there's like heavy, serious feedback.
Every feedback. All right, 1 second. Let me
Yeah,
try
there's
without it.
serious feedback. Like it's doing like shh sounds. Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Mm-mm. No.
Okay, not okay. So, mm, what about now?
No, nothing. But
Uh,
anyway,
oh goodness, technology.
let's.
About now?
That feedback is still there.
Because I try to turn it off.
Okay.
Now it should be fine.
Okay, maybe it could be the network or something. Yeah, that's
That's better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, it's the computer. The computer is working, and then he's wondering what that
Yeah,
sound.
it's still coming on and off. It's
Oh,
still
it's
coming
on
on and
and
off.
off.
Yeah, so I don't know if you would want to try maybe with the phone and see if that would be better.
One
Plugging into the
second.
phone.
And then,
Because that
what
feedback,
about
it will make it very hard.
what about now?
It's still there. It comes on and off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna try with the phone.
Yeah. So meanwhile, while you are just sorting yourself out, what I just like to say, you're wondering, okay, if it's for your first time to jump onto this platform, most of the time we talk about mindset. That is the topic that we've been, drilling on or grilling for the past months, since last year. But this is a special edition. So our topic for today is creativity. And we know that creativity really plays a major role in success. So it's very important for you to be creative in order for you to succeed and move with the trends and with the times, okay, with the pace. So yeah, that's why I wanted to hear from another coach's perspective, so we can also gain and learn from wisdom, get some wisdom from him as well. So it's always good from here to hear from other people. Okay, not only me talking every day, I also like to hear other people talk. So yeah, I'm super excited and I'm looking forward to it. So hang in there. We're just having a little bit of technical issues, but that's technology for you. So yeah, we should be going on. So anyway, this platform is about inspiring people, helping them to be better and bestest version of themselves, and it's helping people to give people hope that have given up on themselves, that have given up on their dream, just to inspire them and tell them that yes, there is still hope, there is still, don't give up, no matter what your age, no matter what your circumstance, no matter your background doesn't have to dictate to you your future. Even if you grew up, maybe for example, in a poor home, or you didn't go to school, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't stop your future. You can still be able to accomplish and fulfill whatever your desires are, irregardless. So that's why we are here. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. If you have any question, also drop your question in the comment section. And yeah, that would be really, really amazing. So meanwhile, I just want to share this the link of the video, so that other people can be watching us. They can watch us later in case they are not able to join us now, because in UK already most people, they are asleep now. Okay, so I'm just sharing this in other groups. Kindly join us. We are live. Join us. Okay, let's see. I'm sure my guest will be here now, so I'm excited. I can't wait to hear from him. We are excited with let's see, put gallery. Okay. Okay, I need to make you co-host here. Make co-host. Make co-host. Yes. So let me remove the spotlight from this one. Remove spotlight. Let's see. Add spotlight. Okay. Yeah, try unmuting. Let's see.
You can see me now, right?
You need to log off from the other previous device, I think.
I just did.
the this thing, the sound, because it's giving feedback.
So I'll leave on this one.
Yeah,
What about
I
now?
think that's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's a lot
Yay!
of work. That's a lot of work.
Finally, finally. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Things
It's okay.
happen. With technology, you cannot predict. Anything can happen,
I know. I
So,
know.
wow, at least we're back on track now. Woo!
I'm telling you,
Yeah, I'm
if you
excited.
see if you see my desk now, you would be, cables. Cables are everywhere because I'm always changing my stuff.
It's much better. They're also writing in the chat. It sounds better. Yes, everyone
I
is
see that.
happy
So
because
listen,
otherwise we won't be able to hear anything. So, and this we've been looking so forward to this. So, would like to hear everything nice and clear. Sorry to
yes,
give you that extra job.
it's okay. It's okay. I'm just
Okay.
I'm looking for my charger. See my, I'm using my phone now.
Okay.
But yeah, we can go on.
How many? How do you have very little charge?
Um, I have 42%.
Yeah, then you should be okay with that.
Yeah, I guess
Okay,
it should be
so
fine. Mm.
yeah, sorry, this has just messed up everything for us, but it's okay. We will sort it out anyway. All
Yeah,
right, so once again, let's get back on track. So just share with us your hobbies a little bit. What do you do to relax besides your corporate before we dive in into the real thing?
um, I am a I'm a pretty good fan of music.
Mhm.
Um, Music, it depends on what type of music because I listen to music according to the mood that I am. An example, if it's a Friday morning, I go to work and it's very sunny. You could see
Mhm.
me listening to some Afro beats or some soca music or sometimes some Spanish music. But I'm very selective in terms of title. Um, I like to I like to always have pen and papers around me. When I'm saying pen and papers, like you would see a notebook in my desk, you would see a notebook in my suitcase. You see notebooks in my car. Uh, it's like I have them everywhere. Even
Yeah,
at work,
that's what creative people do, don't
yeah,
they?
I make sure I make sure I have one around. Like I remember I was doing a job and the first thing I asked the guy, where are the papers? So he just
They were
showed me where the
wondering
papers
what's
are.
up with you.
Exactly, because and this is I would say this is a new experience that I'm doing with people with disabilities.
Okay.
They kind of rely, I would say, a certain way on our creativity.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
because for them to live an viable life, they
Mm-hmm.
have to have this help from someone. And you're not gonna just gonna be sitting down or reading something or just put something on the screen. You have to create stuff for them to feel that they are valued, you know? So that's one of the things with me. And the other hobbies I have, this is my family. My family is my hobby because I always looking, once it's time to leave the office, I just go home straight. That's one thing with me. I might be I might be at my office right now, my private office, but as I know, sorry for the plane sound. I'm close to the airport. So
Oh, okay.
knowing that my family is around, this is
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that is very priceless for me. Yeah, and
Wow.
besides there's the other stuff. I play basketball, I play video games. Yes, I still play video games. Um
Mm-hmm.
Creativity is also in video games. You wouldn't even imagine
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, I know. I
Um
see that from my sons. So tell me
Exactly,
about it.
exactly. It's always something. There's always something new that you learn. On whatever you're doing. What? But my thing is, I'm not gonna talk about all my hobbies. But what I'm saying is, the type of person I am. I'm not asking someone. I'm not asking anyone to be just like me. But
Mm-hmm.
I always say that time is very precious.
Mm-hmm. Time is
Whatever you
money.
exactly, time is money. That's the first thing. Time is
Mm-hmm.
money. That's very important. But make sure that whatever hobbies or whatever new things that you want to do, see what profit or benefits you can get out of it. You know, a lot of people, they really waste. Sorry to say this. People don't like when I say this, but I'm just being,
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
People waste their time in things that will not, you know,
Produce
they get
any.
nothing out of it. You don't learn
Mm-hmm.
from it. You don't make
Mm-hmm.
money out of it. You don't help anyone. You help nobody out of it. Somewhat people may laugh, make some fun stuff, but what did you get out of it? Same thing about your surroundings. Same thing about the people that you meet every day. Same thing that with the people you go in business with. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with even family members that you have. I'm not talking about your immediate family because this is different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about family members, cousins, uh, uh,
Extended family,
you
yeah.
know, yeah, cousins, aunties, other relatives. So my passion is self-development, development everywhere. That's one of my passions. I need to feel that I'm in a I'm in an area, I'm in an environment where I can grow through people
Evolving.
growth,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but that's pretty, I don't want to say too much. Our time is pretty short. So,
Okay, anyway, so just to head on to our questions for today. So what is creativity and why is it important for why is it crucial for business success?
okay. All right, someone asked a question if I can
Yeah.
recommend books.
Mm,
It is okay to read. Um, Me personally, I'm gonna try to cater the question to, part of my answer to the question and the question that was asked in the chat room. Um, Business, like anyone can create a business, anyone can do it. But the world that we live now, the this I wouldn't say this generation, but this time and this time that we live now, this timeline we live in now, everyone want to make money. We
mm-hmm.
want to. Who doesn't want to make money? Everybody want to make money. But what I find that is not just is the fact that um, but there are people that they don't like to teach people how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, the same way I bought okay, I go on Amazon and buy a few stuff. Like I have this camera. I go on Amazon, I buy it for a few dollars, like let's say $30 or $40. And then I go to a place to, friends play. I said, oh, I got 4 cameras to sell. And I sell them for $80. You know, I'm not saying that you're gonna spoil and say where you bought them, but sometimes you need to think that you can do like 200% of, you know, or how about you make your other 50% of that thing that you bought, that item that you bought, but teach someone how to make it, or teach someone how to build one. But I'm not gonna go deep in that. What I'm saying is creativity is something that people need the
Mm,
the guidance to exploit, because this is an ability that we've been I was gonna say we've been created with. I'm talking about referring to still the whole time Adam and Eve, how God created earth and everything. But then uh a boat, man created boat, man created a house. If we go in history, let's say scientifically speaking, fire. How did they discover fire? They had two rocks and they were just banging them on each other, and then they
the
saw
friction.
like a
Mm,
spark,
mm,
and that's when they discovered that this is fire. There's a lot of things that we can create, but sometimes we lose ourselves so much in the issues, in the challenges that we're going through, in
mm-hmm.
the past bad relationships that we have, the people that hurt us, The problems we have at work, we tend to drown ourselves in these things that we forget that there are questions out there that you should ask yourself. Like, first question, okay, that guy has, I'm working for that company. That company is making money out of, an example, printing papers for people, doing business cards, or I create websites, you know, out of creating websites. That same company has over 100 clients, but that company started somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
How about you ask yourself, what can I create to make money just like them? You know, some people, they do their business, they just create their business to make money. But some people, they have this sharing, uh, um, I won't say the sharing need, but sometimes the same way I'm making money, I want you to make money too. So how about I
Mm-hmm.
just teach people how to make money? You can
Mm-hmm.
even make money while teaching people how to make money,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So all these ideas, all these businesses that someone has that reach a certain level, they all came from creativity. It's just one day they woke up. I have a group of friends. Oh, here, how about you you put 100, I put 100, 10 friends, put 100. 10 to 100
Mm-hmm.
make 1,000, and we invest in something. This same thing will generate income, and in the same way it generates income, you can invite other people doing the same thing. These all come from creativity. The way you get yourself out of difficulties that you're going through your life is creativity. The
Mm-hmm.
same way you had a problem to pay a bill and you can't, I mean, you're supposed to pay a bill, you have a deadline that you can't pay it. And then you somehow find a way to get that money, even from a friend or even something that you sell from your house. It comes from creativity.
Wow.
So you know, you can't do business without a creative mind. That's one thing I know.
I must agree with you on that one. I really, really
Mhm.
agree 100%. Thanks so much for that intelligent answer. Now, tell me
Well,
something. Can creativity be learned?
okay. Can creativity be learned? I won't say creativity can be learned. We all need a guide. We all sometimes there are moments where we're stuck. We're probably stuck in something that you're trying to do, and you just stuck. Some people, they just tend to give up. Some people won't persist. But as I said, we all need a guide, not to teach us how to do it, but a guide that will just show us the way. A guide that will maybe align our path and tell us about his experience, what he did. You don't have to exactly do the same thing as a person. You know, I wouldn't say teaching. I wouldn't say learn like sit down in school because we all go to school, uh, one by one times one. We learn all these things. But these are tools. I would say tools. And these tools are for you to use in your future. Like, okay, you finish high school, you got a diploma, you got a bachelor's degree, you got a master's degree. They're not teaching you how to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
They just give you the baggage, they just give you the tools, all these elements that you need. So at a certain age, at a certain point of your life, you think, you know what? Let me put this all together. Maybe I can create this. $1 plus $1 gives $2.
Mm-hmm.
You learn that from school, right?
Mm. Yes.
So how about that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people, they ask the wrong questions, or they even forget about the questions. Creativity is in you. It's an inner ability that we have. And remember, like, I don't know if you remember that movie when the guy said that if people were able to use 100% of their brain, 100% of their brain capacity, it would have
Mm-hmm.
created wonders, a lot of things. But there are people, they try as much as they can to use a good percentage of their brain to create stuff. Like that guy, an example. What's his name again? Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that I'm a fan of, not that I like the guy, but you know, that's professional. So, professionally speaking, there are things that he says that are nonsense. But look at all the things that he created. You know, even how did he create it? That's always my analogy. A lot of people that will come on saying, "Oh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, but today I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire." But how did you get to be a millionaire? Because you had a guide, because you had a coach, because you had a mentor. The mentor won't tell you do this or do that. The mentor will just tell you, be careful. You need to stay on this line. You know, you need to stay on this line. They will give you suggestions, you know, but it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be up to you to figure out how, where
Mm-hmm.
I want to go. And I always say, always remember where you were, always remember where you are, and make sure you plan efficiently and effectively where you want to go. It's all going to be you doing all this. It's not something you're just going to sit down on a bench or in a classroom. They're going to teach you how to do it. Honestly, our friend on the chat will ask what book I could recommend. The best book ever, the greatest book ever. That's one thing I always say to people. The greatest book ever. The author of this book is yourself. You know, you ask yourself the question. That's why I said pen and paper. You sit down. I want to do this. This is one thing I always ask my friends. If they're not doing that, some friends of mine, they're not working. You know, I'm like, have you ever thought about business? They'd be like, well, no, not really. And I said, well, you should try and find something to do and then start create something. And I have a friend of mine, she just created a trucking company. You know, she had the money and all she used to do is go to, you know, some places, having fun and this and spending money. But you spending that money, are you gonna get that money back? Of course, from a
No.
9 to 5. I understand that, but you know, 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
they drain you.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
always
you.
say someone, get a 9 to 5 where you can learn something.
Mm-hmm.
Every single experience that you have, don't just go, okay, I just come to work and I go home. I'm not saying to make friends, but try to understand how, let's say, the mechanism of how this business grew
Works.
that big, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
how they got there. Ask to colleagues their history about the job that they're doing. How long have you been here? How you like it so far? You know, these questions when to ask them. Because I'm saying this is all part of the creativity. This is how you learn,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Okay, how did I become a photographer? I became a photographer just one day. I went on what was that website again? The name was the site was Let Go. There's an app called Let Go. You just go on
Mm-hmm.
Let Go, people they just sell you stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I went on Let Go, I bought a camera, very used. I bought the camera. I went in the store. I just bought the missing pieces in the camera and put them all together. And I started taking pictures. I just go different places, different area, taking pictures just like this. Then one day, I asked my job to pay the course for me. It was a 18-month course for photography. I just took the photography course. Then from there, I created a photography business. I did I did that all by myself. But where
Very
did I get the
creative.
baggage to? Where did I get the baggage for all this? To go on the internet to make some research, to go out of the store and buy all this. It's information. You know, information is one of the best tool that you have. And information since you were in school.
Mm-hmm.
I read books like there's that guy. He's always motivating people. There's also another one. His name is Dave Graziosi. They motivate people by their journey, how they become successful. They got money
Mm-hmm.
and this and this. You won't be successful through books. You can get tips from a book. But I'm telling you, the biggest book, the greatest book ever, the biggest author of books is yourself. What do you want to do? As long as you know what you want to do, that's how you're going to know what information to go for, what information I'm going to search out there. You know, what question I'm going to ask Bianca. So for me to know what I'm about to do. And also make sure that you share your ideas, your plans with the right person. People, they tend
Absolutely.
to just copy your plan. You say, oh, I'm going to do this. And they just go. One day, they just out of the blue, they created the business. And this is the business that you wanted to create. But still, but still, this is really not a reason to give up.
It's very
Because you
funny
can
you mentioned that.
create the same business and make yours so different that the person that is doing the same way will just give up. I mean, I'm not saying competition is not bad. Competition is good. A little bit of competition is good. Challenge is good. But giving up on your ideas and your creativity is very bad. And if you want to do business, you have to go all the way. This is my point.
Okay, wow. So you've partially answered anyway on how to be creative. I don't know if you want to go a bit deeper onto that, and I'll join it with the next question, which is how can you overcome myths about creativity?
Can you be more specific?
Well, like, when we're talking about myths,
Mm-hmm.
everyone has their own perception about
Okay.
creativity, so um when we're talking myths, we're talking about things that people believe that they don't work, or in a negative way, about creativity.
Okay. Sometimes we have to be stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it like this. People can tell you that you can't do something. You will have that. People will tell you, that's too much money. Nah, if I were you, I wouldn't invest in that. If I were you, I wouldn't I wouldn't go in that business. It's like we need people's opinion. Either some people either we don't care about people's opinion because we know what we need. But we know what we want to do, but we need people's opinion. That's how you learn sometimes people's experience. And the precious thing in that is the fact that people will tell you, okay, I failed in this, but they won't tell you that I failed in this and I found a way to overcome it and I found a way to change things.
Mm-hmm.
I found a way not to fail in this. So what you're gonna look for when someone gives you some bad opinions and someone is discouraging you about a business that you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you have to look for the ways and how you're gonna change this. Okay, if she failed in this, you know,
What can I do different?
what is the solution out of this?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're gonna tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna do that business and I know
Mm-hmm.
she failed in this, I could fail in this.
Mm.
For me not to fail in this, I'm gonna do this. You see it? That's why it is always good to plan. That's why it is always good to gather all the information, all the possible informations, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and also not to listen to people all the time. People will discourage you, especially people get jealous they get jealous because you have a bit you just have an idea, to get jealous of you. You buy a car, they're jealous of you. You buy a house, even your best friends sometimes. The people that you would never thought, they will just turn the back on you just because
Mm.
you have this. But they will just make up some stories about, oh, who you think you are, who do you think you are? You think you're all that. Who you think was just because of that business, you're superior, which is not good. Sometimes we need our surroundings, we need our friends around us sometimes. But
Mm.
among the friends that we have, the most toxic ones can be among them. So the myth about that is, I would say, how to overcome this is to just stop listening to the negative opinions of people, some of them because some of them will sorry because some of them will discourage you and will always one second.
Okay.
Leave it open. So I'm sorry about this. Yeah. So this is my take. Like when I
Some
remember
will
when I
discourage you, you're saying, yeah?
sorry.
You are still saying some will discourage you
Yeah,
and
some people
mm,
will discourage you, and this is not a
mm,
reason for you to give up on the plans that you have. Because if you design a plan, if you create a plan, you're supposed to follow this plan until you get through the end, until you get to the point where okay, you finally will learn about okay, I can't fail or I failed in this. Now it's my duty to find a way to overcome this to change things because it's always you. You know, it's different if you have a partner because remember it's both of you. If you have a partner, if you have a husband or boyfriend or a roommate, someone you live with,
mm-hmm.
um, all these things um, that you have planned, it's 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 gonna be both of your opinions that will make it work. You know,
Absolutely, yeah. It's
it's
teamwork.
not
Mm,
just you create things and then you just give up because people, as I told you, it's good to have people around, but always make sure you have the right people around. Right?
absolutely.
Once you think of creating something, the fact that you just thought about creating it is because it's possible, right?
Okay, so what are the steps? Thank you so much for that answer.
Well,
So what are the steps in the creative process? Can you share a few steps?
the first thing is focus on what's positive. That's what I would say. Focus on everything that is positive. Always
Mm-hmm,
be conscious of your actual situation.
mm-hmm,
You know, just don't do something just because you see people doing it. You know, this is called influence.
mm-hmm,
Do something because in your gut, you know, I need to make this happen. I need to make something. Then you start doing it. And remember,
mm-hmm,
always look for information. Always look for information. There's always something in information. And also make sure you talk to people that got the wisdom because some friends will just take you out of clubs.
mm-hmm,
You know, they look good at get taking you to the club. Some friends will always only good at, well, I don't want to say details, but wasting money.
mm-hmm,
You know, always think about if I spend $20 today, how am I going to replace this money? Or how I'm going to make that money, or I'm going to multiply that money, you know? And also never cease to dream. Once you dream, I think I said it in our last sessions. The dream is a projection. It's an idea
mm-hmm,
of it's part of the process of creativity. You saw a car that you like, or you saw okay, let's say you want to create a YouTube channel, an example.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um, that's the idea that you have. That's the first thing. The second thing, you go to bed and at night you dreamed of what you wanted to create, and then you see, okay, I need a camera, I need a computer, I need some light panels, I need this sound system, I need all this. You saw all of this in a dream,
mm-hmm,
you know. But what people tend to fail at is when they dream about something, when they wake up, it's not easy to remember your dreams sometimes. But some people, they do remember their dreams. They tell their dreams to people, but they don't write them up. They don't write them down. You know, in the dream, you saw all these elements that you would need for that
mm-hmm.
project, having the YouTube channel. Write them down, and then once you have them written down, you need to start designing your plan. Give yourself a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself a deadline. You know, give yourself like let's say other objective to reach. Okay, I know by this month I need to buy all these materials. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know after buying these materials, I know 2 weeks after this I need to set up all the materials. I know, you know, things that are timely, you can time them, and also you can measure them. They can happen. Things that are attainable. There's a word that we use in the HR world that is the smart word, smart,
Mm-hmm.
SMART.
Yeah.
Uh, S for specific, A for attainable, let's say M for measurable.
Mhm.
The R is for what is the R? I don't remember. But T is for timing, because you have your thing realistic. The R is for realistic, and the T is for timing. So what you're creating has to be, it has to
Specific.
be specific. It has to be
Mhm.
measurable. It has to be attainable. Something that you can do, not something that is impossible to do. Okay, you can't say that. Okay, I'm gonna move to the moon tonight. You can do this. It's not easy to go to the moon. You would have to see Elon Musk can create a rocket for you, and you would have to invest billions in this. Not
Mhm.
saying that you can't, but as I said, something that's measurable in timing, something that a goal that at a specific time you can attain, not a goal that you would attain and then you would die on your way, and then it's like you stop on the way. So this is
Yeah.
it. Um, and I always tell people, never cease to dream. People would call you, you're just a dreamer. Dreamers are pretty important in the creativity world. Google, all these people in Google, Microsoft, on Facebook, um, Zuckerberg, how he started with Facebook. I don't know. I would recommend people to go and watch that movie so they know where they started. College student in their room created just a simple platform. And then here, Facebook is buying, Facebook bought WhatsApp, Facebook bought this, Facebook bought that. It started somewhere. So how
Mm.
about you? You start somewhere and doing something. Start with the listen, with the tiniest piece that you have. You can start with it. You have Facebook, you have
Wow.
TikTok, even if a lot of people tend to forget the way on TikTok. You have Instagram, you have Twitter. All these are openings for someone to start something. Amazon, eBay, what's the name of this thing, Alibaba. All these are opportunities that you all these are tools that you can use and create something. you know
Absolutely.
hmm
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing all those amazing tips. Now, tell me with yourself, everybody, even if you're a creative person, but there's some time where you feel like your creative juices are not flowing. So what do you do? Share your secret. What do you do? Or what helps you, or what stimulates you to be creative?
uh for myself, I always talk for myself. You need to have a neutral environment.
Hmm.
And I'm saying a neutral environment because people, they work an example, people work 9 to 5, and
Hmm.
from 9 to 5 they go spend the whole night working. It's like at a certain point, people, they come to a point where they don't really have a life.
Hmm.
You know, Burning yourself out is not going to make you successful. There's a way for this, but we need that neutral time. An example, you can't go by a lake or at an example, at a park. You go at a park in a very quiet place. Some people go to an aquarium. Some
Hmm.
people buy these big let's say over here headphones
Hmm.
and put some classic music. Some people, they like to listen to the let's say sounds. Sounds
Hmm.
might be the rain. Sounds
Hmm.
might be the water sound. It might be the waterfall. It might be the traffic. All these are on YouTube. That's why they put them on YouTube. Yeah, you just
Hmm.
go on YouTube and you put like, okay, rain effect sound. You go on
Yeah,
YouTube, you
yeah.
put rain
I
effect
use
sound, and
those
you put the
sometimes. Yeah.
you put the
Hmm.
headphones on. You just close your eyes and imagine that you were under the rain. All these things, they help you. It's a way for you to just. It's like you you resetting your mind. You're resetting your mind, and once you do it, you find yourself. This is a way for you to find yourself. Then you start over. Because
Wow.
people, they show up today and They start the same time. They go again. They go again and again and again. It's always good to repeat what you did. It's always good to repeat, but it's not good to be repeating the failure that you went through. But what did you learn about it? It's good to start. It's good to fail. It's good to, when you
Mm-hmm.
fall, you get back up. But it's good also to note and write down, where did I fail? You know, why did I fail? The questions, always the
Mm-hmm.
questions. Then you can start over. You go again and repeat what you did. Okay, when you get there, I failed there. Let me go this way. I went on the right. I fell. I failed, or I fell. Let me go on
Mm-hmm.
the. I went on the left. Let's go on the right, Peter. Let's go on the right instead. Because it's always good to learn from a failure. You know, what motivates me also is encouragement. Surround yourself with people who will encourage you, but also people that will give you their honest opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need people to be telling you, "Oh, this is great," and then it's like, just because that's what you want to hear. You know, people telling you what you want to hear and what they know that, and say your product is not good, or the results of the work that you did is not good, or they know that people don't appreciate, they won't appreciate what you did. They're hypocrites. You don't need hypocrites around you. You need real
Wow.
people around you. And that's why I remember that client I have. She's kind of success. I would say she's not successful at being a millionaire, but she's making money out of her business, because the first time, the first time I tasted her product, she asked me. I mean, she asked my wife our honest opinion about the product,
Mm-hmm.
and my wife went just straight. She said, "Your product, it tastes very good, but your presentation is ugly." Right? She was like, no filters. And then the client asked us, "How can you guys help me?" And then that's when she said that, I said, "Did she say that for real?" Because some people, they don't really take, uh, opinions like this. They don't like when you say the things without filter. So, and now
But
when she,
it's good. I think I prefer someone saying it straight to me,
yeah,
because you can't, if someone is keeping on letting you being in the same doing the same thing the wrong way, they are not helping you if they're not being
no,
honest with you.
not at all.
I believe in honesty, like myself. If something I'm not happy, I would say it. Like,
Yeah, this
and I
is
think that's the right thing to do.
exactly, and
Mm.
that's why till 2 years from now, 2 years from now, she's still our client, because she listens. The
Wow.
advice we give her, a product, people like the product just because of the presentation of the product, not even for the taste. Because that's how it is. Once you're introducing something to people, people needs to, like, they just see it and they want to have it.
Mm.
It's like, even before you go in the bottle, you just see what's on the bottle. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this. You know.
Wow.
So yeah, um, focus is very important too. I would say, to
Mm-hmm.
that point. If you want something, if you need to have something, you have to work. I say, not work hard for it only, but work smartly for it. You
Mm.
know. So that's my take on it.
Wow, thank you so much. Wow,
You're welcome.
for pouring out all that wisdom. I'll look for you privately for other things, but
Okay, Bianca, no problem. Anytime, please. Anytime.
yeah, this was so amazing. I got so many great tips, and I believe everybody here got so many amazing tips from you. And actually myself, the way that I feel like how I do it um I want to like refresh myself to have my creative juices flowing. If I go out to nature, or I go to a place that's quiet, like, I like those kind of places. There's times when I want to reset, I just want to go somewhere in the wild, like where it's quiet. I just hear the
Yeah.
birds. When I wake up in the morning, I'm just
Exactly.
smelling, that fresh air, and I'm just hearing birds. That kind of environment is just
Hmm.
so amazing. You know, you just switch off from this busy world where there's noise, traffic, cars, and everything.
Yeah.
I just like that serene place. You
Yeah.
know,
That
now and
one.
again I do it, and I think it's quite helpful.
Yeah. And always remember pen and paper.
Pen and paper,
Yeah.
yes,
I
yes, pen
always say
and
this:
paper.
pen and paper.
Pen and
Mhm.
paper.
Yeah. Always, always, because that's how you
Pen and
remember. Visual
paper.
memory will help you a lot.
Wow. Thank you
Mm.
so much, Coach Dre. It was a pleasure and a delight having you. And of course, we should do this again. And,
No
there's
problem.
always something to talk about. I know you've been so busy. It was so hard to get
Yeah.
hold
Yeah.
of
I've
you.
been
But
a
yay,
lot of
finally,
things. I
we
had
are
a lot of
here.
things going on. I had to
Even though
travel
we had.
overseas. My we had this accident. My wife had to be at the hospital. A lot of things going on. Starting a new job, very busy. A
I
lot of
know.
recruitments to finish. It was very late. I've been working from home and from the office, then from home was a lot.
I know it was hectic, I know. So I said, let me give you space. When you're ready, you get back to me. Yeah, pen and paper. So thank you so much for that. And we're just going to round it up, for today.
Yeah.
And thank you to our viewers at home that are watching as well. So, see you next time with another episode of Real Talk with Bianca. God bless you. And Coach Dre, God bless you for coming. Thank you once again. And have a brilliant weekend. Let's
Thank you,
stop the
Bianca.
recording.
It was a real pleasure for me to be part of it. It's always a pleasure, to be part of Bianca's initiative. And anytime anyone feel free to reach out on Facebook or through Bianca. I don't know. I'm open.
Okay, all right. Thank you once again. Whoever wants your information, I will share it with them. Once we are, yeah, they can reach out as well. Or anyway, you can feel free anyway to give your information.
Yeah, I can be reached. Well, actually, I'll give my phone number. It's okay. 786-405-4197. That's my business phone number, and that's what I use. With all my, I won't say clients, but acquaintances.
Mm-hmm,
I'm also on Facebook as Harry D. Dre.
mm-hmm.
You could see Bianca probably tagged me in the post that she made earlier. And on Instagram, you can find me on Dre Therapy.
Okay, all right, that's brilliant. Thank you so much once again, and goodbye, everyone. So I'm going
Goodbye, everyone.
off.